ESPN right now. See if I'm going to miss anything, catch any updates outside the alerts.
And I'm up on the Twitch.
Yeah, two. Yeah, I got a couple of them myself. All right, y'all. Bill King's Fantasy Football League Season 2, Week 15. I got my man Fireman Rich from the Morning Coffee on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 05:30 in the morning. Rich, how you doing, man?
Very good, Tony. Good morning, sir.
What is going on? You had last night's games. I do not have NFL Network. Go ahead and run through your breakdown. For those of you that
I sort of have them sort of half-ass, I guess you could say. But we had what they called it, playoff Saturday or something, or something on NFL. But they had three games. Of course, last week Los Angeles Chargers lost to Las Vegas big time. Tony will be talking about that game, I guess. And but I ended up watching mostly the Minnesota-Cincinnati game, which was a good football game. Both teams are playing good, but Cincinnati, that quarterback, I think Cincinnati's for real. And you were talking about that, Tony, on previous broadcasts here on your broadcast. Cincinnati has a good chance. I'm not sure. Minnesota, they're still in the hunt, I think, even with this loss.
Right.
But I don't think they're going to win the division. I think Detroit, that was an evening game there. But before that one, Indianapolis, they showed their muster to beating Pittsburgh. I thought Pittsburgh, I watched a little bit of the beginning of that. Denver and Detroit, I didn't even watch because I just had a feeling Detroit was going to pounce on Denver, and they did. They killed them as far as that goes.
I heard. Yeah. Brian, what's good? We got Brian in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, the original co-host Brian is here. He just
Hey Brian.
This dude here.
Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
What's that?
Yeah, I checked up on my my other NFL fantasy team other than the Belt Kings.
Yes.
And because I have like let me click to yeah, okay. I'm like I started David Montgomery, Amon St. Brown, and Sam Laporta. And it was like a Sam Laporta night because, 56 receptions, 56 receiving yards, 3 receptions for a touchdown. So mainly he was just there for like end zone and first downs. And then Amon St. Brown with 112 reception yards, only like one receiving touchdown.
Right.
So, yeah. And then I started the Colts defense, which had 13 points, 4 sacks, 2 interceptions, and a fumble. I think I'm looking good in the other league.
Okay.
I'm happy.
You're happy. That's what matters. What happened? Oh, that's me hitting
Charlie. Get down.
That dog
you Ewok. You Ewok looking little dog, you. Get out of here.
He's having problem. I have problem with cats, and Brian has problem with the little canine.
Dog sitting. Look.
Oh, you're dog sitting. Okay.
Dog sitting. Look at him.
Like, we can't see him. All we see is Captain America with the hammer.
Yeah.
He's fading in and out.
Yeah. What kind of dog?
Schnauzer.
Okay. Yeah, they're pretty.
It looks like a little Ewok.
Yeah, they're high end too.
Jesus. Anywho, Rich was covering last night. Rich, go ahead and finish that, please.
No, that's it. Just there was some good games Saturday as far as that goes. You came on last night, and we talked a little bit, but I think we'll get a little more specific this morning and stuff. But it's a sign that we're getting close to the end when you start seeing Saturday games and stuff like that.
You are not lying. Brian, anything you want to add from last weekend or last night's games?
Holiday weekend, so all of this weekend's gonna be busy. All of next week's gonna be busy. Getting all the games compiled into one. So,
all right, cool. I'll start running through the positions then. Let me see what we got here.
But, however, though, I did,
if I haven't learned anything on social media, you know what you got to tell people? Tell them you're about to go. Watch everything else they're going to tell you. Y'all jokers are something else.
Yeah, booty. I found like a highlight because that's the first all like, oh man, are you sure about Case Keenum? I'm like, I found a clip and I'm like, let me enlighten you. I am confident in Case Keenum.
You are confident in Case Keenum. I will give you that. Let's see what we got here. We'll go ahead and get the ball rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, all this information is coming off of NFL.com. That's where the league is based at. All recommendations for quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, kickers, and defenses. We're going to run through them. Not too long, not too bad, not too much, but just enough. And if you need to think about it, bring the questions in the chat without a problem. Starting it off with the quarterbacks recommended to start this week. Justin Fields of the Bears over the Browns.
Oh, we got a comment.
Let's see what we got here, Brian. I'm not doing these clips with you today, Dan.
Oh, well, flex. That's a flex question.
Flex. Swift, Taysom Hill, or Beckham Jr. P.S. I have A.J. Brown and D. Smith as wide receiver non-PPR. This is the Rugaru. What's going on? Appreciate you coming through. Odell Beckham Jr. has been doing things. I think that got brought up by Brian a couple of weeks ago, did it not?
Yeah. Yeah, because Zay Flowers is getting a lot of attention, and then on top of that, like, you're limited on your weapon supply. So yeah, OBJ's been
doing some things. Didn't DeAndre Swift get hurt last week?
Yeah.
He got hurt in one of the games.
And Taysom Hill, I think, is questionable.
If Taysom Hill's questionable and DeAndre Swift got hurt last week, if OBJ is healthy, take him.
Yeah.
Take him. And I'm going to say it like that on purpose because Swift was looking good, but if he's hurt at running back, he's going to take some more blows. They may be cautious with him. Taysom Hill already plays more than one position, and if he's questionable, that's not good. So if OBJ is 100%, you got to take him. And he's been getting numbers lately. I think he's been getting a little bit more press. The negativity is kind of leaving. I appreciate the question. That's actually pretty good. I like that. That's pretty good. Hill got cleared, but he's still probably beat up. Yeah. Once again, multiple positions. I have to agree with that. Starting Justin Fields against the Browns, I'm kind of questionable about this myself. I don't know about this.
Does work. Okay.
I mean, what else you got to lose?
Fantasy football is more than just fun when Justin Fields is doing Justin Field things. This is true. He did plenty of them last week's game over Detroit, going for 24.7 fantasy points. Nice.
Get over here.
Scored a touchdown on the ground and through there. Oh, okay. It was the fourth time in the last 5 games he scored more than 21 fantasy points. There's your justification right there. He has a very tough matchup this week with the Browns, exactly. They've made life routinely tough on quarterbacks, especially in Cleveland, so the floor is certainly lower than normal. So what you're going to do is run off of his history for the chance. I ain't mad about that. Rich, what do you think?
Justin Fields, I'd start. He's still a good quarterback, young guy, still learning. Is the Bears going to the Super Bowl? No, they're not even going to make the playoffs. But he's a still good guy. I think at this point, some of these players, the people that are doing the fantasy football, you need to make that little note off to the side. I think I want to keep this guy for as far as just to remind you that hey, this guy he had an impact and stuff like that. So
I think Justin Fields is impactful, but based on four of the last 5 games with those numbers, I understand. Right. I'm questionable, but I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
So I'm gonna let you all make your own decision on that. I couldn't do it. Matthew Stafford against the Rams.
I mean, at this point in the season, what else you got to lose with Justin Fields?
Right.
Well, but suppose you're going for the playoffs. You're trying to maintain your spot for the championship. Would you start him?
Yeah.
You would?
Mm-hmm.
On your fantasy football roster right now, you about to be in the playoffs of the championship. You don't want to lose your championship spot. You would start him against the Browns?
You mean against Washington?
No, that's Stafford against Washington.
Oh, Sarah. Oh, okay.
Justin Fields, I don't know.
Justin Fields. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know about starting him.
Unless you had if you had a better quarterback, I could see.
If you had another quarterback, yes. If you had options, get him. But right now, if you win the championship rounds of your playoffs in your fantasy football league, would you start Justin Fields against the Browns? I'd be nervous because he may not put up that many points. That Browns defense is a little bit of an issue.
Right.
Go ahead, Brian. I see you over there.
I'm just saying. We've seen crazy things. I mean, like, we didn't expect Las Vegas to blow up
at all.
So anything can happen. So I would just say, hey, no risk, no reward.
Okay, go for it. Matthew Stafford, Rams. Let's say start him against the Commanders.
I'd say yes.
He has a fantastic matchup this week against the Commanders, who have allowed the fourth most passing yards, most touchdowns, and second most fantasy points per game to quarterbacks. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, he will put Stafford over Patrick Mahomes.
He'll get the numbers, Tony. He'll get the numbers.
Okay, Brian.
Oh, Matt Stafford, what's the stats?
Yeah. Nah, what do you think? Would you start Matt Stafford against the Commanders? 294 yards and 2 touchdowns in the game last week. That's a yes to me.
Yeah.
But
and plus, the Commanders' defense, I mean, they're good on the run, but their secondary is average.
there it is right there. Start him. Jordan Love of the Packers. Would you start him against the Bucs?
Ooh, this could be a very interesting game, given the fact that the Bucs they're leading their division on the very, very low end.
I think the Bucs are going to fight for a playoff spot because they're still in it for a little bit.
Well, they could win the division.
Yeah, they're right behind Atlanta, aren't they?
No, they're in I think they're leading the division, aren't they?
I think Atlanta was last I saw.
I'm checking it right now here. I thought but you could be right. Let's see. In the what?
I think Atlanta.
No, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are ahead of the. They're both 6 and 7, but Tampa Bay's they're at the top.
Okay, they're both 6 and 7.
They're both even. I don't know. Did Tampa Bay beat Atlanta?
They may have this year. They might have split those games.
Let's see. Let's check
on
on their win.
Another game coming against each other, same division. So Jordan Love put up numbers, but then he didn't do it on Monday night. See, that's what I'm talking about. You got to watch.
Yeah, Tony, Atlanta did lose to the Buccaneers last week, I believe. Yeah. So that was
Given the state of quarterback position, Love remains in play in a strong matchup. Okay, they say run him. Brian, what you think?
I think for him, it's probably do or die for him because I guess the way they've been going and knowing the management of Green Bay, he would have to really show out so he could keep a starting position versus getting,
Well, in all fairness, he has shown out in a couple of games. I got to give him that. He has shown out in a couple of games.
Yeah,
he has. Is it going to last? Something about the Tampa Bay defense is concerning me when it comes to taking Jordan Love. I can't put my finger on it yet, but
they're average. They're average. They're 50-50 on certain teams that they should not be losing to. They lost to.
Right.
It's I don't know. Just looking at highlights and all that. It's just for certain teams they're great against Tampa, and other teams they're not so great against Tampa.
Jordan Love is projected to get 17 points. Projected. Last week against New York Giants, he sucked at 9.9, but the 3 previous game he was averaging anywhere from 20 to 26. So I think this against Tampa Bay, this could be.
Yeah,
it depends on what type. Is Tampa Bay's defense pretty decent? I have no idea what they're average. So this could be a high scoring game. So I think he's going to get his points. So.
Run them. There it is, y'all. Run them. Russell Wilson of the Broncos against the Lions. Now, what happened during this game? Somebody tell me.
I did not watch it, but they got killed as far as the final score. The Detroit Lions, they came out they had 3 touchdowns right off the bat.
There you go.
And that right there, the game's already over with. There, years back, Kansas City was able to come back, but you're not seeing that this year. You're not going to see that. That makes basically the game's over with, I guess, from what I've seen on
Did Russell Wilson put up any numbers on that game, y'all?
Checking right now, Tony. Stand by for a moment. Let's see what we got here. For Denver, let's see. They got killed though. It's just they lost. The final score there was 42-17. So that tells you right there. I don't. That there's no need to go into the stats of what Wilson had. He's just going to get it done.
Well,
or else the team couldn't get it done because the defense obviously sucked for Denver.
Well, here's what's crazy: you could lose a game and still get decent numbers.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look at Tony Romo, 500 yards.
yeah, that's true. You're right. Yeah.
I mean, Brady had 500 yards in the Super Bowl and lost.
Yeah. But there's something that Sean Payton erupts on Russell after an offside penalty. So there's controversy on the sideline there. And Whitehead, Brucia warns Russell Wilson to fire back at Sean Penn. So Sean, maybe the coach there doesn't seem like he's too happy with what's going on.
Let's see what we got
As far as
here.
that goes.
Russell Wilson, QBR, 56, 223 passing yards and a touchdown. Those are decent numbers.
That's decent. Okay, so
223 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, he was good, even with the loss. So
even with the loss, he got the on the fantasy football side.
So
okay.
the whole thing is with fantasy, even if you lose the game,
you can still get the points. Yeah, I see. Yeah. I'm finally getting that. I'm getting the concept.
I'm bringing you in. By next season, you got to know what you're doing. I'm on you in. If you need a streaming option, they recommended Jake Browning at the biggest
Repetition.
This right here, I would have said go. I didn't see the game. It's my understanding the Bengals won, but I would have told everybody to go with this because when he came into that first game, that Monday night game, he went crazy. I would have been all in on this selection right here. I would have had no debate.
Yeah, I picked up Jake Browning in my ESPN league, and since he's taken over him, I mean he's been stellar.
He's the Tommy DeVito there of Cincinnati.
He is also the quarterback the Jets need next season. Michael Bathurst.
But yeah, so since Minnesota cut him 2 years ago, he got his revenge game.
I think the Jets need to pick him up. Bathurst is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Bathurst. He is the guru,
how you guys doing?
The guru of this conglomerate, if you ask me. I met everybody through him.
Oh, you got some sleep, Mike, after doing an all-nighter with the Glick show?
Yeah, the all-nighter. Yeah, I think it was. What was I on there for? Maybe an hour? 40 minutes?
Did you leave? Did I stay on there longer than you, Michael? Or were you still there when I left?
No, I actually went on air with him.
Oh, must have been after.
Oh, that was it. That had to be.
I have to watch the replay on that.
Yeah, he was.
Were they nice to you?
Oh yeah, and I was. Yeah, I was nice to them too. They had said they noticed I was a little more gritty than I used to be.
What?
Yeah.
You're the same dude. Stop it. You're the same dude.
Yeah, a little gritty. He said I didn't recognize the Haps dude. Yeah, there's this new sports dude, and I was like, yeah. I said, I said hanging around Tony D, and I was a pure soul, and then I jumped into the pond of darkness. It was really bad.
Embraced it. You relished it.
Embrace the soul.
Yeah.
Yes.
I understand.
I run through the quarterbacks.
Dark side.
Jake Browning over the Minnesota Vikings. Had you not seen that game, would you have been in agreement with this?
I would have started him.
Oh God, Jake Browning.
Oh yeah, I would have took a shot at.
Yeah, Jake Browning right now is running off of 3 weeks in a row where he has done phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's showing signs that it does pay to stay with the same team and work on, like these players know him. He's not just someone they brought in. Like he has been part of that nucleus of the team for
a number of years.
And him and Joe Burrow are good friends. And it's so funny because it's another JB, right?
Yeah.
We got two
Joe
JBs.
Burrow and then Jake Browning.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a go. Another JB.
That's right. It took a while. He got there.
Yeah, he got there. Sit Trevor Lawrence against the Ravens. I can't even argue this based on the Ravens defense. Brian, this is your world. You don't want to tell me about it.
Yeah, I know. Like Baltimore's defense have been pretty much on like Cleveland and Baltimore. Like they pretty much have like the top defenses right now, especially the secondary. But I mean, I think this will probably be decided by either 3, 7, or 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
But the way things are going right now in this part of the season, anything can happen.
Right.
Baltimore's they're moving on all cylinders though. So I think this is the
I mean, Trevor Lawrence still has.
He'll still get his points, I think, but the outcome of this is going to be Baltimore. Baltimore is just showing that they're capable of hanging in there and just winning.
I think they have a chance of winning it all.
I'm leaning to that way there, Michael. After what I saw last weekend with them.
In a perfect world, I don't even know if it's possible to match up. One of the things they talked about last night on the show I was on was they called Tony the buffet man. That he was.
They sound jealous. Tell them I said so.
No, they said that you went to a Chinese buffet once, and we're on air. Is that true?
I probably did that on. I think I did do that on Good Show one time. Yeah.
And they said it was one of their favorite moments and memories of you. And you were with friends, and you were showing them the food that you were eating, and you were eating in front of
friends.
Yes.
Son.
Might have been family. Maybe it was family. I don't know.
It might have been family. The only time I went to the Tony buffet with anybody was when my stepdaughter came up with her baby. That might have been the day I did that. So
I remember you broadcasting. That was back on the Haps days. Yeah.
No, that was this year. That was this year.
Oh, this year? Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, you did.
So do you call that the buffet series? How does that work?
No. How it works is we're going to keep going.
Okay.
Jared Goff the Lions versus the Broncos. Once again, we just talked about this game.
That was a blowout.
Numbers. What was his numbers? Let me look at this up. 20. He had 278 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 sacks. So it was a decent. 278 yards and 5 touchdowns. Rich, those are good numbers. When you get sacked,
those are.
It takes away 6 points.
Yeah, but he got those 5 passing touchdowns he did.
5 touchdowns.
So that's got to be a lot of points right there, right? What's the points on that?
So he put numbers up on this. 278.
Yeah, big numbers, yeah.
278 and then number 30, put him at 3 minus 12 would be probably still 25 points, which is good fantasy football numbers.
Tony,
check this out though.
I'll be right back.
Jared Goff right now, he's pretty much on the leaderboard in passing for this season. 3,727 yards.
Exactly.
Followed up by Tagovailoa with 3,697 yards. Followed up by C.J. Stroud at 3,631 yards, and then Brock Purdy 3,553 yards.
Now, for those of you in the fantasy football world who are new to this, you can have all those yards, but interceptions and sacks will take away your points.
Yes.
I learned that when I was trying to pick up Miami Dolphins quarterbacks when I first started playing back in 2009, 2010. Even Donovan McNabb, I used to have him. He'll have yards, but when you get intercepted or when you get sacked, that takes away. It's like a negative.
But however, though, C.J. Stroud and Kirk Cousins, they are the only ones with 5 interceptions for the year.
That's nice. And they just took both of them out. You notice that?
Yeah. So like Jared Goff had like 10 interceptions. Tua had 10, CJ 5, Purdy 7, Prescott 6, Sam Howell 14, Josh Allen 14, Mahomes 11, Lawrence 10, Jalen Hurts 10, Herbert 7, Jordan Love 11, Matthew Stafford 9, Jackson 6, Mayfield 8, Geno Smith 9, Joshua Dobbs 10. So
gotcha.
What'd you get for Jerry Goff? I'm looking at the projector. He had 31, I guess, as a final.
He had 31 points in fantasy.
Yeah, that's
37.1. Yeah, 37.1.
Oh, 37.1. Okay, this is a low end then for.
So these are different leagues that you all see in those numbers, correct?
Yeah, this is too different. I'm going off of Fantasy Pro.
Yeah, I'm going off of the NFL.com.
Yeah, so that's on the NFL. So
everybody's understand that you're going to see different points on different platforms.
Exactly, but that's right in the 30 range. So that's the big points. That's a big point.
Rich, let me narrow it down for you. You want 20. When you get 25, you didn't lose. When you hit 30, jackpot.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Also, okay. So there's certain numbers you want to hit for certain players.
You definitely want double digits with all your players. Your quarterbacks, you want to get at least 20. Once you get above 20, you didn't take a loss. But when you come to competition, and like I said, you look at these leagues.
I'm starting to see that on these projections and stuff.
You want the points regardless of the game. We cover the game so you know how to pick your players, know what they're up against, but you're also going to see the points. Jared Goff's going to put up numbers. I've been telling people. And he's a quarterback for the Lions.
He's got something to prove.
He's going to get.
Well, I think the Lions have something to prove because I think they're another team that they might be a disruptor in the playoffs.
They are disrupting the playoffs.
Also too, like the Lions have a history of being just like an embarrassment to the league.
Yeah, but you know what? Matt Stafford never won a championship down there, but he was always one of the first fantasy football quarterback picks because of the numbers he put up.
Yeah, and who
you know what I'm saying, Rich? You get it now.
And who is his greatest ally?
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep it moving. Damn right. I'll be here all damn day. Regarding the issue of the Colts, they say sit him against the Steelers. I wouldn't have even debated this, honestly.
No. I would start him because Pittsburgh's been lackluster. I mean, I tried consulting JoJo, but he won't return my calls.
No comment.
He was projected for 14, and he ended up getting over. He got 21.
Gardner Minshew did.
Yes, fantasy points against
he
Pittsburgh.
Did good. That means
he had 215 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. They don't get into the sacks. Now
here's what's crazy, Rich. Here's what's crazy. These are the sit-ems. We're supposed to sit Jared Goff. Sit.
Well, this is before the game actually took place, so it's like, against Pittsburgh, I would because he played pretty good the previous, even though they lost. He seems like a pretty solid quarterback.
Gardner Minshew is probably on the road that Ryan Fitzpatrick was on.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You gotta look at that. He's great to pick up last minute and as a backup.
Right.
He had a whole time frame in Jacksonville, and it was okay. I'm not going to call it the best, but it was okay. I would have sat him on this one. Nick Mullins of the Vikings against the bank. Yeah, I would have sat him.
Yeah, I would definitely sit him.
And this is no disrespect to Nick Mullins because he actually did have a good games in San Francisco.
He played a good game in that game, but he just had some drop. The turnovers killed him.
Yeah,
that killed Minnesota.
He's a decent quarterback.
And you said they end up getting points taken away even if there's an interception and okay. So that's I'm just trying to bring up his points.
No, you good. But ladies and gentlemen, those are your quarterback recommendations for Week 15, 2023 season. Of course, NFL.com. No disrespect to any of those players. Let me tell you something. We just went through some decent quarterbacks. I don't care who you are or what you think. You got the stats, you got the recommendations, but you also got to watch how they beat.
But also too,
was excellent. Go ahead.
But Brian. Also too, if you need a pickup on a quarterback, get Case Keenum.
Yeah.
So I have the highlight reel. Highlight reel.
So Mullins there, he was projected at 15 points, and he actually came through with 20 points, 303 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 10 yards rushing. But there was a couple interceptions and some fumbles, and that's what killed him.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. You got to watch this. That's why I'll be questioning a lot of the defense that the quarterbacks are up against. It's a fumble and interception that mess up your points. We got the game. You got to watch the points. You're losing quarterback. Your quarterback could be on our team as 1-15, but he will put up numbers. What you don't see is touchdowns in the final score, but he will put up numbers during the game by moving the ball downfield. Stardom. Running back stardoms. Joe Mixon of the Bengals against the Vikings. Yes, I would have done this. Any questions?
No.
Brian?
Nope.
Exactly. And I'm going to be honest with any and everybody out there. He got picked up. He was supposed to be a stud. He's been doing pretty good. I have no debate against him against the Vikings. And the Vikings are a good team, but Joe Mixon, right now, absolutely.
Oh, he was eating him up. James Cook of the Bills against the Cowboys. I would sit him. They say start him, but I would sit him because of that Cowboys defense. Any questions?
The front is solid.
Yeah, but they're on the road, and Dallas doesn't really play that well on the road. So I could agree with you on their defense at home, but you look at their away games, not too solid. So it'll be interesting to see. They had a spectacular home field games there, but this isn't the Buffalo Bills stadium. So if we look at the first 4 games already. the teams that have won all home field.
Good stat.
And plus,
I can't lie. Go ahead,
it's a
Brian.
Super Bowl rematch.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Super Bowl rematch. Jesus Christ, why'd you do that? DeAndre Swift of the Eagles against Seahawks. Now, I think he got hurt last week.
Yeah.
He got
Swift.
hurt.
Yeah.
But I like him as a running back. I can't question this too much. The Seahawks defense, I don't know too much about. I heard they were coming back to where they used to be as far as the Legion of Boom, but DeAndre Swift is no joke to me as a running back. I like him as a running back. I would pick him up as a running back.
And Philly has a good running game too.
Yes.
Compared to years past.
I would draft him early in fantasy football. Brian, your thoughts, please.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, got nothing to lose. I mean, Swift is good. I mean, because they're trying to compare him like how he's kind of like Kamara-esque, like with their running styles and everything. So
that's a good step. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. He was doing pretty good in Detroit. He's getting the ball in Philly. I could see it happening. I'll be honest. I could see it happening. Size may be an issue, but I think I could see it happen.
Whoa. This just in on Bleacher Report.
Go.
Jalen Hurts questionable.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
The Eagles are downgrading Jalen Hurts to questionable for Monday night's game in Seattle after his sickness worsened overnight per a source. Hurts is still harboring hopes of playing Monday night and is traveling to Seattle separately from the team, as not to get anyone infected.
That could affect the whole game one day.
Oh,
that's going to affect the passing game. I don't think it'll affect the running game. Bathurst threw this in the back. I missed it in case he put it up there earlier, so I will apologize. Top 5 quarterback recommendations for Week 15.
You can move Lamar Jackson up about 2 spots.
I don't know. But you know what? I can't question this for real. I can't.
They're all good, solid ones.
I can't question that for real at all. Appreciate that, Mike. I can't question that at all. All right, let me get back to the running backs. That was pretty good, Mike. Damn, that was good. DeAndre Swift against Seahawks.
So he might be running.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of running right now. Based on what you're telling me, yeah, you got to take him. Zach Moss of the Colts again. Yeah, I would have done this.
Yeah,
I would have done this, and mainly because Zach Moss put them numbers. Damn, who he's playing.
He is resurgent as a running back there, though, as far as for up there in New England.
And for what it's worth, I mean, you lost Jonathan Taylor, and then you lost Michael Pittman Jr., and they still pulled it off. I mean,
yeah, this would have been an absolute must. I had no debate against this. I can't.
He had a monster game last week against Pittsburgh, and that's the one that surprised me. Everybody thinking Pittsburgh's going to mow over rinky-dink New England. He had 20 points as a running back against Pittsburgh. He's projected to get 12, 13 today.
Yeah, he'll do this one.
Yesterday,
that was yesterday. Yeah, Zeke Elliott versus the Chiefs. You know,
that's what I'm talking. That's what the numbers I was talking about. Zeke Elliott. I'm sorry. Those are
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to focus. I'm working on it.
Yeah. No problem. It's okay.
Zeke Elliott against the Chiefs. Even though he plays for the Patriots, I do agree with this. I think he'll get his number.
He had some monstrous number, like I said, against Pittsburgh last week.
It's my understanding he's having a pretty good season.
He is. He's having a better season this year than he did with Dallas. His last year with Dallas. That's for sure.
It's my understanding he's doing pretty good up there. And I think
here's the thing. Like, you got the Patriot way, then you got the Cowboy way. With the Cowboy way, it's like all about team, whatever. But then over the Patriots, it's like military. So it's like he had it's like, yeah, man, you're gonna get repay good money. You're gonna earn this check versus.
I gotta go ahead and say this. They are 3-10. Yeah. You can't even say Belichick's job right now.
Tony Michael's in the background, in the green room.
Sorry about that. I was on another screen, Mike. I appreciate that slide you did put up there. I did see it. I just threw it up a minute ago. I missed it earlier, so my apologies for that.
No problem. No problem. I just thought it'd be cool to talk. I'll see if I can find a couple things that are interesting, and maybe you can add them if you want to or not.
Absolutely. Running backs right now, Ezekiel Elliott against the Chiefs. I can't debate it. Right now, I'm kind of with Brian. It's what do you have to lose?
Oh, he's one of the better backs right now for production.
Yes, he is.
Hey, he's decent.
Zeke needs to get back to who they drafted. I think he's fighting injury because that first season when he got hurt, Dallas went to shit. So they're trying to protect him, but now I think he's going all out since he's in New England. He got a fresh start. He's having a decent season. I can't debate it. I don't expect much from the team, but I could see him getting his points even against.
I think when he was with Dallas, he was playing hurt guys.
But then again, Kansas City is slow. Like their defense, it's kind of they're becoming from good to all right.
He'll do good there. If you need a deeper option, keep Mitchell of Ravens at the. I don't know anything about this dude. What we got here? The Ravens still use 3 running backs. Damn.
He was a third. Yeah, he's like bottom of the barrel right now.
He has led the Ravens backfield in carries and targets in 2 straight games. He has scored 10.9 and 7.2 fantasy points in these 2 games. Those are floor games for Mitchell, but there is certainly more upside considering how explosive he is and the offensive he plays in. Okay. The Jags have been stingy to running backs on the season, but have struggled a little over the last 2 weeks. Okay. So you're trying to catch them at a weak point. They got 3 running backs.
Well, because J.K. Dobbins is out with the Achilles injury. Gus
Edwards.
He's out. I think he's out too with an
So
injury.
who's the 3 that they're using is my question because I remember those 2 being out.
Hang on 1 second.
You're good.
Hold, please.
I see what they're saying, but damn, I didn't know they were running 3 running backs. Shit. And against the Jags, this is going to be
okay. Okay. Here we go. So for Baltimore, J.K. Dobbins is out. Then you have Melvin Gordon III, Patrick Ricard, and then Owen Wright.
Who the third? Melvin Gordon the third?
Melvin Gordon III.
Is he still in the league?
That's surprising.
Remember that name, but it's just been a while.
Yeah, when he was like running rampant, like let's see, he was with the Chargers, and then he went to the Broncos, and then that was
he was with the Chargers. I remember that.
Okay. Yeah, like that was that year where Melvin Gordon and that other running back, they were having like stellar years, man.
Damn. Okay. So the Ravens are still doing the damn thing. I think we need to be wary of the Ravens. Brian, you brought the defense, and I appreciate that. I know we talked about the Jags a little bit, and they're looking pretty good right now. They're looking like they're going to make the playoffs.
I think the Jags are going to have problems, guys.
Go with it, run it.
It's just that they're injured. Their main weapon, unfortunately, is not well. He is not well.
Lamar Jackson not doing good?
No, it's the Jaguars.
Oh, the Jaguars. You're talking about Trevor Lawrence.
You got it, brother.
He hurt his leg. He shouldn't have came back. He's in the game. I kind of want to see the team without him. If he's hurt, how they're going to do?
And then on top of that, you lost Christian Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
but however though, you still have a good running back core. You still have 2 tight ends that can still push, and then you have Calvin Ridley as well.
But they're playing, Lamar and the boys, and even OBJ has been better.
I mean, it's gonna be a chess match regardless.
Could be, yeah.
Bump it. We're gonna see what happens. Keaton Mitchell, take him.
Roll the dice.
Yeah, sit him. Running backs, you should sit this week. James Conner of the Cardinals against the 49ers. I got no debate against this.
Yeah,
no debate.
Same.
And Mike, would you debate this yourself?
No, not at all.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Gus Edwards, we just talked about this, did we not?
Yeah.
It's time to park the Gus bus. Edwards played fewer than 30% of the snaps with single-digit touches in each of the last 2 weeks as he's taken a backseat to keep. There it is. Done. Sorry. Nothing personal.
Yeah.
Here you go, Brian.
Singletary.
There you go, Brian.
I would not sit him.
Well,
Mike, you after Brian. Go ahead, Brian.
Go ahead, Brian.
I mean, like the front line though, they're tough on the run. The Titans, the front four, that they're strong on the run. Like, I mean,
so Damian Pierce is still primary. As I'm reading narrative,
You cannot underestimate Tennessee though. They're
No,
good right now.
no.
You know what, Mike? I said that two seasons ago.
Yeah.
I did say that 2 seasons ago.
They're showing signs of life, and now that they finally have a quarterback that's passionate, even though people are calling him a bum. His name is Will Levis, and they were mean to him, man. They were mean.
Tannehill was passionate. Tannehill was a good QB. He was great. He was a phenomenal in Miami, but when he got to Tennessee, he was going crazy. They were having a good time.
And Derrick Henry looks okay,
right?
But he doesn't look.
He doesn't look 100%.
He looks like 60%, which is still good.
No.
So like on a defense, because like last week again at Miami, they had one fumble recovery, 5 sacks, 1 block, and they only allowed 21 points.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like the defense is there, but it's just like certain teams. Because looking at Indianapolis, I mean, they had 2 fumble recoveries, 3 sacks, and then they only allowed 31 points.
Mm-hmm.
But against Jacksonville, they had 1 sack, but then they allowed 34 points. So I mean, it's gonna be a tough fight. I mean, I'm being completely honest, as you can tell. See, I'm it's a fight.
Thammer, what is good, my good man? Appreciate you popping in.
Thammer,
you have not mentioned DeAndre Hopkins though. That
he's been on.
We haven't got to wide receivers yet.
We haven't got to wide receivers yet.
No, I meant in this scenario, like that will affect things. Like, if you're looking, Devin is one of the few weapons they have left
in Houston.
Yes,
agreed.
He's what everybody else is hurt, buddy.
No. There's still Meacham. There's still there's still Jordan. He's still doing good because he's taking over for Dalton Schultz. And then also too, I mean, we have there's other weapons being utilized.
So I'm not trying to be mean to you, but when they lost Tank Dell, right?
Yes, I know that broke your heart.
Yes, and
and CJ Stroud, that broke your heart.
CJ Stroud, Mike, I was going to throw that in there. Tank Dell and CJ Stroud, major.
Yes, and who else do I love?
Yourself.
No, yes, wide receiver. Come on, guys.
Nico
Collins.
Thank you. Nico right now is not himself.
Okay.
So you don't have a bunch of weapons, and they were having problems winning with all cylinders. Let's be real. There were close games. So you have to play him. He's an explosive back. He can make a difference.
I like that. For those of you who got a problem with Bathurst up here, that's why I got Bathurst up here. You look at how deep he just went into that shit. As much as he takes all day, he gets deep into it. And look at how he put it all in place.
But also too,
Tank Dell was down. We was gonna be like, okay, they're gonna be all right. CJ Stroud went down. Even me and Brown was like, uh-oh. Now Nico Collins playing 100%. You got Damian Pierce, Devin Singletary. How is all of this going to fall into play? And he has a concern about. I understand that fully. Go ahead.
But also too, with Case Keenum running the helm, though, he's been working according to what I was reading on the Houston Texas website. He's been working really good with he works well with Meacham.
So let me throw this out there. Case Keenum actually is an experienced quarterback. As much hell as I give you about you talking about him, he's got some experience in the game.
I have the highlight reel in the chat.
I want it. I try to bring this down under an hour.
I will plead my case.
Yeah, that was good. Last night, that was amazing. That little segment you did on him, because I didn't even know who he was.
Brian keeps segments. Mike, there was something else you wanted to add.
Check out the highlight reel, Mike. It's in the chat. I mean,
it's in the chat. The link's in the chat, Mike.
The private chat.
Private chats. We're all about private chats here. Okay.
There's something else you wanted to add.
I wanted to highlight that game there that you put up and put down. That's the only thing really worth talking
to that part yet. You can't even wait your turn. Look at you.
I plead my case.
Look at him. If you don't hurry. Oh my God. Honestly, Devin Singletary against the Titans, I can see why they would sit him because he's not the only back there, and they're going to be moving the ball. So they're talking about points being generated. I got that. I can't debate this. I really can't. Zach Charbonnet versus the Eagles. Now, Mike, I think you brought his name up a couple weeks ago.
I love him.
You brought his name up.
He's great. He's if he was on any other team, he would be utilized better. Like I wish KC had got someone like him.
You know what's crazy though? You've been saying for a while, Philly isn't the same. I've been looking at the offensive side based on the way they lost. The Seahawks just might pull this game off.
Well,
if Hurts doesn't play, it's leaning more.
Yeah,
Are they
towards
saying
Seattle.
Is he injured?
Well, Brian just had a Bleacher report that he's not feeling all that great as far as that goes.
That's not good for the Eagles. That's not good for the Eagles at all.
No.
But the Eagles right now are not defensively as strong as they were last year. They've been finding ways to win. I've been saying that for the longest time.
Yeah.
They've been kind of firing at a 7 instead of a 9.
Right.
I think they have less problems, honestly, than KC has. I think a lot of the stuff that they have is there's burnout, guys. Like this is tough.
I will give you burnout. I 100% will give you burnout because they play so hard.
No, they have the hardest schedule. If you looked at their schedule this year, they constantly were in a dogfight with everybody.
Right.
And the best game, and I'm going to keep saying this all year, that I've seen so far was the Buffalo Bills against them. That was such a dogfight.
Yeah.
And they gave it all. But the problem was, after that, they lost 2 games.
This guy right here, just so you know, Philly's defense, if they're not up to snuff, this guy ran all over Dallas 2 weeks ago. He had 15 points overall. That's the most points he had all season so far.
Yeah.
Last week against San Francisco, he only had 5, but he had 16 points against Dallas.
Well, San Francisco's another beast. They shut out the best people.
Beast is an understatement, ladies and gentlemen. Those are your wide receiver recommendations for Week 15, the 2023 season. Of course, NFL.com. Let us now run to those are running backs. Excuse me. Those
running
are
backs. Running backs. Yeah.
Those were the running backs. We are now going to go to the wide receiver. Mike, I know you want to throw something out there. Go ahead and take it real quick.
What do you want me to talk about?
What you always want to talk about something. There's something you haven't covered yet.
Well, this gentleman you see here in the ad, he's showing signs again of being injured.
Justin Jefferson.
Yes, and he just got back.
You know what I've noticed? I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Okay, side segment for a minute. Y'all are gonna realize, learn, and see, because I've been seeing it for the past 14 years. Your number one player is gonna go down sooner or later during the season. He was the number 1 wide receiver last season. Glick was all over him as a recommendation for wide receiver. And Glick, if you're watching, I remember what you said. You were saying Justin Jefferson was the business. You ever notice how the pros always go down? The main stars go down somewhere. That's why you got to pick other players and know more than just the superstars.
Cooper Kupp is also injured. Puka Nacua, he's playing hurt. And Puka Nacua is not 100%. He's got shoulder problems. He's got all kinds of stuff. But he's been playing hurt. He's still fast, though. If you get the ball to him and he gets a step on you, he's gone.
Yeah. They recommend starting them as wide receivers for this week.
Oh, yeah.
Even against
when we've seen this in the past, Tony, when they've got two players, either the running backs or the wide receivers and stuff, starting, it's usually on there's an indication that they're going to romp on the other team.
Well, the Commanders are in shambles, but these two are playing hurt, like Mike said. So I appreciate him telling me that.
You were saying last night, or someone was saying last night on your broadcast there, that the coach is gone after this season.
Yeah, Ron Rivera is going to be gone, and that's a tragedy.
Yeah,
I like him as a coach.
Yeah, it is. I like him too. Yeah.
He did great in Carolina with Cam. I'm going to harp.
Yeah, well, the reason that's happening is they've got new ownership.
Well, that's true
Ron
too.
Rivera came up with new ownership, did he not?
Yeah. He's a decent guy. When he was with Carolina, my nephew met with him personally when Cam was playing with him, and he spoke very highly of him.
Tony, how much does Magic own of this? Magic Johnson.
I do not know.
He's
this year. He just got that this year. I'm not sure.
It's probably at least 25%.
Yeah, at least that much, if not just a tad below that. I don't think he has
he's a minority.
He has a minority, or it's a minor shareholder and stuff like that. So just
he wants a lot of changes. He is very pro I'm not going to go there. Okay.
He's
Let's go to the
pro-
next one.
Actually, he's pro
You can
win.
say it.
He's pro win.
Yeah, he wants.
Sure, we'll
he's
go
a winner.
pro.
He's a winner.
He did it with the Dodgers. He did it with the Lakers.
Yeah.
He got championships as an owner. I can't find.
He wants certain types of people around him. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Yeah, and
I can't see the percentage of his ownership yet. I'm looking for it now.
Well, he's almost more successful as an owner than Jordan is, I think, right?
Yeah, and Jordan sold his ownership and got $3 billion.
Yeah, Jordan really hasn't made a mark as far as owning a team that they've gone significant Magic there. I was really surprised when I saw that he was buying into the Reds. It's like, whoa, there's a statement right there. It's like, I like that.
Yeah, Mike's making
that's only good. That's a good thing right there. Somebody of that caliber of him.
Making money everywhere.
This individual, Matthew Stafford, is, I think, one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league.
I tend to doubt that because he gets his credit. He just doesn't have championships. He gets his credit.
Well, he won the Super Bowl. He won the Super Bowl.
He won the Super Bowl, but in the fantasy world, I'm telling you, in the world of fantasy football, people have drafted him first period as a quarterback.
And Jamar Chase lately has been amazing.
Jamar Chase is going to be amazing. Without question. He's going to be amazing. I'm not even being funny. He's going to be amazing. Devontae Adams of the Raiders, they say start him against Chargers. This was a no-brainer. I didn't expect the score that we saw the other night, but this was a no-brainer, honestly.
That game was disturbing.
Yeah.
That was a very...
and that was an understatement.
To go from zero to being shut out to getting 63 points, Tony.
Yeah.
That is...
The reason why was because like the Chargers defense was pretty pretty nice defense, and I started them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. You said that. Yeah.
And I benched Devontae Adams because it would be like kind of conflicting. So I was like, it would be one or the other, and I didn't think that the Raiders' offense would be good. So I started the Chargers defense, and yeah, this is a pill. I'm gonna take the hit on this one. I own up to it. Okay. I'm taking the hit.
I got you.
As bad as the New York their New England Patriots looked and stuff like that, I think by far after this game the Chargers are one of the sorriest teams as far as you look at there's
Carolina consensus.
I think I haven't seen Carolina, but just looking at during this game, if you look when they panned to the Chargers sideline, it was just like, how can you not feel sorry for this? Because they did not have any look of I care about this game. I think they just wanted to get it over with and go home.
Yeah, Carolina only has one win.
Yeah, but they're still playing hard and stuff like that. Where this team, like I said, I'm just going on this one game. You look at the sideline. This is probably the worst sideline I've ever seen when they're losing, as far as at least to try and get something out of the game. But they just fell flat on their face.
Gotcha. Devontae Adams, no brainer. Cortland Sutton of the Broncos. I would have started Cortland Sutton. I would have started him.
Yeah.
Now, based on
what we know now,
Russell Wilson and the resurgence that I'm seeing out of that team, this would have been a no-brainer, even against the Lions.
Yeah.
Even against the Lions.
And like he has a good rapport with Wilson since Jerry Jeudy wants to be a diva. And pretty much forgot.
I saw he had some drop passes on the game. I did see that he had some drop passes on the game. People getting pissed.
So yeah,
he was no brainer, no problem with that one. I think he's pretty much going to be one of the new wide receivers for that squad.
So is he going to get the touches? That's the thing.
That's the question. Wisconsin, there it is. 4 times.
He would
touchdown.
I think he'll get a fair amount of touches. Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I wouldn't have debated this. I'm not going to debate this at all.
Yeah.
I'm really not. Garrett Wilson, I want to start Garrett Wilson. Even against the Dolphins, I want to start Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I would.
He is invested.
Well, I like this next one is if you need a deeper option.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Garrett Wilson invested in being a Jet, and he's getting on his quarterback for not giving him the ball. He's looking like he wants to do this. Looking like how Keyshawn used to look. And I like that. That's a good energy about him. If you need a deeper option, Obi, there you go. That's a given.
What about this next one?
We're going to get there.
Okay.
I like that. We're just staying caught up. I like that. He's even going to I like that.
I'm getting excited because I like Beckham. It's like he's a good.
He's got a one-handed catch, but he is putting up fantasy numbers. 13.5, fresh off of the best performance of the season, which he scored 19.7. Season high 10 targets. Good. And he's playing with Zay Flowers. Tandem. Sit him. They say sit Jordan Addison of the Vikings against the Bengals. I may not have done this.
No. I think he had despite things, he had a fairly decent. Let me see what his points were here.
He hasn't reached 11 since we getting him started. Targeted just once. He's very talented, but given the state of this offense and how low the floor has been,
Did he get injured? Or let's see. He had
getting the ball. This too, he's not getting the ball.
Yeah, he had 23 points against Cincinnati. He had 111 receptions, 2 touchdowns, and 6 receptions.
Brian, what you think?
I would have started him.
I would have to, even against the Bengals. I would. You almost have to,
because right now it's like at this part of this point in the season, it's very crucial. So it's like all hands on deck. So
wait a minute. Nico Collins is inactive. Chris Olave is inactive. DJ Moore is active.
Oh no.
Tyreek Hill is inactive. Whew. Trying to keep my eyes on that as well. Yeah, I might want to start paying attention out there. Chris Godwin of the Bucks at the Packers. Yes.
When are we gonna be able to watch Netflix on the TV?
Soon, very soon. Sit Chris Godwin of the Bucks against the Packers. That's talking against Tampa Bay offense, if you ask me. 5-game streak, single day fantasy points in the last week. Bad news, he had 10.3 in the last 6 games. His average is 8.1 per game. He has not topped 60 yards or scored a touchdown in any of those games. That's not good. The floor is too low. And if we're being honest, the ceiling isn't much higher. He has 2 games all year with more than 15 fantasy points. Ouch.
Yeah.
I won't bank on that charge with the Packers, who have allowed the 8th fewest yards and 3rd fewest fantasy points per game to wide receivers. The former Pro Bowl is a big name, facts, but names don't score fantasy points. Spoiler alert. That is the truth. That is mainly talking against the Bucs offense. Now, I believe Bathurst was a Baker Mayfield fan.
Yeah.
I believe he was harping on Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
It's the offense. And I said that before. Once Brady left, we didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, this guy's been averaging about just barely 5 points a game fantasy points. So,
Brian,
is that good for a receiver?
No.
Okay.
Brian, what you think?
No argument here.
Gotcha. Mike, actually, Rich, just so you know, you said he got how many points?
5 points. He was average. It looks like his average is around 5 points a game.
So 5 points a game. That's actually most of your wide receivers. You expect them to get 10 yards or more.
10 yards. Okay, 10 points. Yeah, I see that. That was what I'm seeing on the site I'm on. The receivers are right around that 8 to 9, 10 range and stuff like that.
Yes,
so this is low. Yeah.
Every point is 10 yards.
Yeah.
Every touchdown is 6 points.
Right.
If you look at it like that, then you're gonna see what they're saying. He's not getting the ball. Period. Yeah. Sit at him. I can't debate this. And this hurts because he was a beast from Minnesota.
Yeah.
It does hurt, but
yeah.
Still roll the dice.
He's on a team he's not going to get the points in. I just
can't even roll the dice on this one, Brian. I can't lie to you.
There's only like maybe off the top of my head like 6 games he's done really well
this season. Agreed. And the Falcons are looking pretty good. 6 and 7 is pretty good for them right now.
Right.
Toast. George Pickens of the Steelers I would have sat him. Should I copy and paste what I said last week? Yes, I would have sat him.
Yeah, there you go.
The Steelers, I'll put the Steelers for nothing right now. Brian.
The what? Oh, George Pickens against the Colts.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, sit him. I know Mitchell Trubisky is JoJo's favorite quarterback, but still.
He is going to jump all over your forehead for saying that. Ladies and gentlemen, wide receiver recommendations for Week 15 of the 2023 season, of course, NFL.
But also too, while we're on the subject of the wide receivers, I mean, I understand that like with Nico Collins, Tank Dell out, but still on the Texas squad, we still have John Mechie III, we still have Noah Brown, we still have Xavier Hutchinson, and everything. So I think on the Texas side of things, yes, it is a loss, but it's not a total detriment. So, and also too, we got the veteran Robert Woods still playing. So don't count them out.
I got you. The man said, "Don't count them out. Don't count them out." Tight end start Evan Ingram of the Jaguars against the Ravens. I think he had a pretty good game. He looked like he was being resurged.
Against like tough defenses, Evan Ingram has done well.
Yeah, and Evan Ingram, you want him as tight end. It's about time he's getting some light to shine on his direction, if you will. Rich, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the tight ends on an overall on every single team, if you look at them, that's the one position every team they get production out of their tight end. So whatever tight end they're suggesting, I mean, I remember when Gronk was still, it was always Gronk, Brady to Gronk, Brady to Gronk, Brady to Gronk. But you watch any game, and your tight ends are more in the forefront on every game that you watch than I've seen in the past.
It's them and the running backs. They're always blocking or they're always getting the ball. One of the two.
Well, I think they're getting the ball more because they see that. I see a lot of times the middle opens up, and if the quarterback's not going to run it, there's a tight end right there to drop it to, and stuff like that. So they're very. I mean, it just you just say tight end, and it's like this is the year that, as I said, it's the year of the third, fourth string quarterbacks making a presence. It's also the year. This is a season where the tight ends on all teams are making a presence. So,
I mean, tight ends have always been like quarterbacks' really go-to guy because I mean they're a big body. They're a big body, and then plus if you need like those 3 yards for the first down or get close to the first down, you go to your tight end.
They're like the tank if you're going into a multi-playing game and stuff like that. You want that guy up front to take the hits. That's what
I would say they're more like a destroyer, really.
A destroyer, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I would just say tight ends are like the destroyers.
Yeah,
because if they're going against linebackers, it's a big mismatch.
Now
they normally are going after linebackers.
Yeah. And the only way I'm going to differ from that is as far as this guy starting against the Baltimore. Well, Baltimore, it depends on their defense because the next pick you'll see that, if you got a strong defense from a top tier team, that's when you might want to question it whether if you have a better choice.
Gotcha. I got no debate against this. Trey McBride of the Cardinals against the 49ers. I think Mike was harping on Trey McBride. I think I actually would have chanced this.
Would you?
Roll the dice.
I think I would have.
I roll the dice.
Yeah, I would have.
Would you roll the dice? I don't know. I'd be.
Because it's a safety valve. Tight ends are a safety valve.
True. Yes. Yeah. And that's the point I was getting at before. Yeah. But against San Francisco is two. They got their act. They're about the one team that really has their act together.
They are actually running game. You are 100% running game.
I mean, if you look at that game where the 49ers played against Cleveland and Cleveland won, people didn't think about that. But other than the wide receivers, tight end, I think like the tight end got good stats and a touchdown on the 49er defense.
Gotcha.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I won't because I would chance it. I'm not even gonna lie. Isaiah Likely, I know this guy. I do not know this guy. We've seen 2 games of Likely.
Isaiah Likely, he's good. I mean, he's pretty much Mark Andrews' backup. Isaiah Likely, he doesn't get enough credit because when he was in Carolina, he was under Greg Olsen.
I remember that name, Carolina. I'm glad you said that.
He was under Greg Olsen. So I mean, he has experience. The guy is talented. He's just not giving his due.
I remember his name in Carolina. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, because I even started him a couple games in Carolina when they had Newton.
Damn. He's been there that long? He was down there that long?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's ready. Go ahead, start.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, week 10, 11, 12, he didn't do squat. Last week against the LA Rams, he had 14 points. He's only projected for 5 points, but that doesn't mean that this game he could probably romp, and he just. I think it's just a matter of how many touches he gets from the quarterback.
Agreed. Trying to get a refill on my wild cherry Pepsi. Y'all need to sponsor us. David and Njoku, the Browns against the Bears. I would have done this. You know what? I like Njoku as a tight end. You will not see a lot of performance. You will see injuries. But I remember a couple of years ago, I know what I saw.
Yeah.
I
All right. This just in on Bleacher Report.
Oh.
The actives, inactives.
I just read them off. Let me know what you
Devon Shane. He's now green light.
Devon Shane's a green light. Tyreek Hill is still inactive, correct?
Tyreek Hill. Let me back check. I think he might listen to his wife because his wife kind of got on. Oh, he is inactive. All right. Well,
to all you married Joker, listen to your wives, please, for the love of God. Debbie, how you doing? Thank you for being here. David and Joker against the Bears. I would do this even against that Bears defense. I would do this. It's my understanding Joe Flacco has been showing out, and let him work good.
Oh, Joe Flacco, he's just a story and a half. You mentioned his name and stuff like that. It's just unreal.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll the dice. I'm gonna start Adam Thielen. I'm gonna go ahead and bench Tyreek Hill.
You'll learn. If you need a stream,
are you doing that, Brian, primarily because Hill's injured? Possibly injured?
He's inactive. But then again, it's like,
oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah. So Tyreek Hill is inactive. But then again, it's like, do I go with Brandon Cooks or do I go with Adam Thielen?
I go with Cooks.
Jesus. If you need a streamer, Logan Thomas of the Commanders against the Rams. I don't know this. I don't know about this. Tom was disappointed in 2 games before watching the Bible. Prior to that, he was a near lock for
I'm gonna roll the dice.
Games.
I'm gonna roll the dice with Thielen.
You know, you spoke on him before.
All right. Okay.
I don't.
Logan Thomas is he's a big body. I mean, the guy don't count him out. Give him a shot. Roll the dice.
I got you.
Holy crap,
sorry, I had a dog that was going to have an accident.
Oh, that happens. I get cats that throw up and stuff like that with the crap.
It's a damn shame. Sit him. Cole Kimmett of the Bears. This is going to go against what I was saying earlier this season. I like him as he was getting numbers. You may not have a choice, but if you good, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I think I would have rolled the dice on this guy. This season, I would have rolled the dice on him.
I like him. Are you talking?
Roll the dice.
Yeah, he's good.
Roll the dice.
He's good.
He's really good. Yeah.
They say sit him, but I would have rolled the dice. For this, I he came back off an injury. He may have gotten 10 points on this game. I have to check his numbers on that one.
Hang on, I'm checking right now.
Let's say 10 points on that game
against the Colts. When did they play the Colts?
Didn't it just play the other night?
No.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
He played Detroit.
That was yesterday.
Was that yesterday? He got 6 points yesterday.
Okay.
There was 3 games.
That's why I say he may have gotten 10 points. He may have gotten 10 points.
No, he got 6 points.
Yeah. So they got him. I would have said
6.6.
I would sat him. I don't trust the Steelers offense. I really don't. Tanner Hudson sit him of the Bengals versus the Vikings, mainly because.
Hey, Carmen. Good morning.
Did Carmen make it? Oh,
yeah. She's in the chat. She's in the chat.
Lady Schnapps herself. Yeah, I'm on you.
Lady Schnapps.
Is that her favorite drink?
No. She's always busting Tony's chops on the Crown Royal.
Peach.
Lady Schnapps. That's her new nickname. I like that.
She likes that good. It works. Ding. Lady Schnapps.
I'm surprised she actually had an actual bottle on her broadcast and stuff, and it looked a little bit empty there, so she looks like she took a few nips from it.
Yeah, she had a regular bottle. That was good. That was funny. I'm gonna get you.
That was funny. That was good.
Tanner Hudson of the Bengals. I don't even know this dude.
He's good.
Is
he really?
Yeah, he's good. He's big guy.
He looks like he's got some health in him.
No, he is. He's powerful. He could be really good next year.
Mike, that's a good note. You might have to put it. We have to
There
put
you
him,
have. Put it in your side note, Tony.
yeah, we got to put him on the watch list for next season. Good. Sid Hunter. I hate to sit Hunter Henry. He's a good tight end.
Yeah.
He's good as a tight end. Yeah. He's. I'd hate to sit him against the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I hate to sit him against you. He's decent as a tight end. God.
Ooh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are tight end recommendations for Week 15 of the 2023 season in the corners of NFL.com. We are now going to the kickers. Mike's favorite category after tight ends.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. You're welcome.
Anytime. Tony, you're more into the wide receivers, right?
I plead the fifth. Stardom. Maggie of the Colts.
Yes.
Who's the kicker that just went down? The Detroit kicker. He's inactive.
Okay.
That happened yesterday.
That
Go
game,
ahead.
yeah, start him. Well,
Start.
yeah, he already got his points.
And this is the Thursday. This was the Saturday night game, correct?
Yeah, that was a Saturday night.
Gotcha.
So it says here, oh wow, the ads are fierce now on Twitch. Interesting.
Thank you for watching them, Carmen.
They've
Thanks.
been-
She's over
they've been-
on my Twitch.
Carmen, this is just so you know, the ads on Twitch, they actually put a letter out a couple months ago. They're going to run ads regardless. So even some of us who are subscribed to a few people, we will still see them every now and then. I heard there was a lot of complaints, so people are making an issue. I'm like this. They got to make their money. We up there for free. I ain't got time to be complaining about this shit.
Yeah.
I
But
really,
if you're on Facebook, there's none of that.
if you're on LinkedIn, there's none of that. If you're on YouTube, there's none of that. If you're on my channel, you might get a here and there.
On Twitter, there's none.
Mike is free advertisement, ladies and gentlemen. Free advertisement, Mike.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
gonna go log into Tony's to help. They make. Oh, really?
They make the screen on the side. Now you help, Carmen. You help fine. I appreciate you being here. Golf Hall.
Cowboys will win the Super Bowl? What?
And that's how you bring the joy.
Wait a minute.
Daddy,
Yes.
I'm watching the Luffy show again on your account on Netflix.
Okay.
Cowboys will win the Super Bowl. My coworker, AB Abrielle, like she's all Cowboys.
Mhm.
Golf Hall. Golf Hall. Golf Hall. I'm gonna need you to take it easy. They won't get past San Francisco. They will not. And then they fall into it. No problem. Happy to help. Carmen, you help fine. You have no idea. You help fine. Cairo Santos of the Bears. Start him as a kicker against the Browns. I'm gonna let y'all
Yes.
this one. Go for it, Brian. Go.
Yes, because I mean, if the defense shuts down the offense, you're gonna need your kicker.
Mm-hmm.
At least get some points is better than no points.
Right.
Yeah, I know. You heard it.
I mean, think about it. If it's like a good defensive matchup, your kicker will come in clutch. Because I mean, think about it. There have been throughout the decades of NFL games where it's decided by the kicker, or sometimes it's just nothing. It's been a kicker battle.
Right.
Debbie, I did see that Randy's on vacation. I did catch him doing that. Cowboys gonna make a golf walk. I ain't gonna lie. Now you've been better at picking than I have. You got a better record than I have. The Cowboys got to get past a healthy Eagles team. Now Michael's been saying that the Eagles are 100%. This is the end of the regular season. They're gonna start resting folks. They got a strong playoff run and a possible Super Bowl appearance to make. We all know that the best teams do this all the time. The 49ers are the best team in the NFC as because the way they beat the hell, and I do mean they beat the hell out of the Eagles the other week.
You
And
may
Dallas.
you may want to.
Go, one second, Mike, and I apologize to you. Dallas has to get past San Francisco, a very lucky Detroit Lions team, if they win a playoff game. If they win a playoff game. Then they got to get past who the hell else is that in the NFC? That's a problem. That might be it. Go ahead, Mike. That might be it.
I would love for you to put the next slide up.
I'm over here visiting. Okay. Let me. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, well, that's your next kicker right there.
If you don't watch it because you're scared of what may happen, I know it's money so much. Okay, go for it.
He has been shaky at times, and brilliant at others. And how many times this year, and I tried to study a little bit, how many kickers this year have had problems getting the first point? You know what I mean? The extra point. Like they're wide on an extra point. How do you do that?
I have no idea. I can't explain it. Get him, Brian. Get him.
Shut your face, sir. Shut your face.
Let me situate something with Jason. Mike, go ahead and run your segment real quick with this, please.
My servant.
You always got something to say. And then the minute I give you the floor, you have nothing to say. I don't know.
No. I got lots to say. It's all
Shut
good.
your face, Golf Hawk.
Now, what are you most upset with Texas? Yeah, Brian. Come on, what's going on here?
It's an interstate rivalry between Houston and Dallas.
So you really think, in your heart of hearts, that Dallas doesn't have a chance?
They have a shot. I do agree with this. Shot. Yeah, I'm gonna be fair, and because it's a Texas team, I'm gonna be fair. I would rather support the Cowboys than the Aggies.
So, Fireman Rich, you're here with us.
Okay.
Do you think the Cowboys have a chance?
Chance for what?
To win the Super Bowl.
No.
To win the whole thing.
They're not going to win the whole thing.
Okay,
I don't think.
so
they're like at 50% compared to how I feel about San Francisco, Baltimore, and even KC above that. Those three teams.
Right now, for me, and you can disagree with me here, Brian, and I would love for you to chime in. From what I've seen, and I'm not talking record, I'm just talking about momentum week to week right now. Josh Allen looks ready. I look at Lamar Jackson. He looks ready. I look at Brock Purdy. He looks ready. You know, the Cowboys' Dak Prescott looks ready. The rest of the teams are shaky. They are shaky at best. I was saying right from the beginning, I thought it was going to be a complete same matchup as last year. I don't see that right now. I thought Miami had a chance. I don't.
Miami still has a shot.
And, you know, in the wild card spots, I'm looking right now. The Lions, maybe? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think the Lions have a chance?
Oh, I think they have more of a chance than
the Bills?
Well, it depends. They made a statement here yesterday, so they can be the disruptor. Are they going to go all the way? I don't know. It's a whole different season once we get into the playoffs, so it'll be interesting. They will make it to the playoffs, I think. I think they could possibly make it over the Bills. Have to win. Bills have to win today's game. Last night, Ted said that they'll win their last 3 games. They have to get by this game. This game right here against Dallas is probably as big as against Philly. This is a must game. But
Dallas needs this game too.
Dallas needs this.
Dallas needs this as well. So, if you see Josh beat Dallas, that might be it.
There could be that's a shift that we're seeing in these last couple of games. There's going to be several shifts going back and forth from various teams and stuff, and that's again, it comes back to what I always like to say. That's what makes football so interesting, more so than other games, because there's so many you have your first 2 or 3 teams, but I've never seen it before that right below, scrambling for those wild cards and trying to get into that spot, like Tampa Bay winning they're ahead of the division and they're neck and neck with Atlanta. It's usually just a clear-cut winner for basically 3 of the divisions, except you always have that one, and for the National Football Conference, it's the South.
Tony,
division.
are you open to looking at some of the top teams, the teams they have left to play, and just looking at the schedule?
Once I get past the defenses, I want you to. And I'm going to say that on purpose. Once I run through the positions, as we run through the games, that was actually how I wanted to set everything up. And I like what you got. I want to add it in the end afterwards. Let me get to – okay, we had Carlos Santos. Jake Elliott of the Eagles. Start? Yeah, start. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Now, based on what Brian just said with Jalen Hurts being hurt, would you still do this?
Yes.
Ooh, really?
Look. Hear me out. At this point of the season, it's all hands on deck.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
you put it that way. Yep.
And
Good
talking
point.
about field goals.
How many games though have been won by 3 points?
Quite a
A
few,
lot.
Michael. I think quite a few, especially going into overtime.
Yeah. How many games recently have been won by 1 point? A lot lately. 1 point. That's ridiculous.
Thank you for bringing up my PTSD, Mike.
Yeah, he did it very well.
Yeah,
Will Lutz
thank
of the
you, sir.
Broncos.
No, you need to do this. You're like,
I would still take Will Lutz as a kicker with the Broncos, even against the Lions. I would have still done this.
Yeah.
Sit him. Say Young Hoo Koo of the Falcons. Hell no.
No. He is. Are you serious? No.
I'm on you, Hawk. I'm on you, man.
Him for weeks.
Yeah, I know.
David, y'all check his number. I can't. Chris Boswell, yeah, I'd have sat him. I'd have sat his ass. I don't trust the Steelers offense. I just don't. I would have sat him.
Do you trust their defense?
No, I don't trust the team at all. Greg Joseph with the Vikings. Had him against the Bengals, yeah. I would have sat him. You know what? I take that back. Joshua Dow is actually a decent quarterback regardless. He would have got the ball downfield. I take that back. I would have started him.
Chase got some points, yeah.
Chase McLaughlin. I would sit him. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your kicker recommendations for Week 15 of the 2023 season. Of course, NFL.com. We will now go to defenses. We are going to hurry this up so Mike does not have a damn aneurysm over there waiting to bring his information that he loves to do so much, even though he broadcasts during the week as much as I do. This is fun.
I only get like 3 words out of that whole monologue you just did.
I know. Play it back. It's recorded. Then it's live.
And then put it at a slow rate.
I'll do a DJ Screw style.
You're gonna have to chop and screw it. I ain't gonna lie. Start the Falcons defense against the Panthers. No brainer.
Yes.
Start the Chiefs defense against the Patriots. No brainer. Go ahead, Mike.
Are we ever going to get Jeff Hawk?
Who?
Mr. Hawk?
Yeah, he can come up.
That's not Jeff. That's Golf.
It's Golf.
Golf actually came up last week.
His real name is Golf, not Jeff.
This is why we're trying to hurry up. This is why we're trying to hurry up. Because the minute you get your time, you take 5 minutes and then you're done. But you interrupt the whole damn show. The Dolphins defense.
So his real name is Golf.
Start the Dolphins defense against the Jets.
Is his middle name Hole in One?
Okay, the Dolphins can stop the Jets offense. Yes. The Jets can stop the Dolphins offense. Yes.
Yeah, start either or.
Tell me this is going to flip. Nope.
All of these are no-brainers, Tony.
The Saints, no-brainer to me against the Giants, yes. Sit them.
But this goes against what you said. Sit them.
What did I just say, Rich?
Yeah, I know. Wait. I'm jumping the gun.
No. They just flipped it. They told you to start the Dolphins defense. Now they got to sit the Jets.
Jets defense is pretty decent, I think. They're
No, they're good. Don't listen. Don't listen to Tony there. He's just being emotional. There you go.
Carmen. Thank you.
I had you on the background. I really, really listen. I just being supportive. Okay.
Carmen,
thank you,
I'm
Carmen.
Doing this with you. I am not sitting the Cowboys defense against the Bulls. Are you crazy?
No.
Are you crazy? Dallas defense finally had a fruitful fantasy game against a good offense. Now the Cowboys were
Who the hell is suggested? No, and looking right out, they're canceling each other's out. It's like, give me a break.
I'm thinking though, a lot of people think that is going to be a score fest. That's why.
No, Dallas defense.
No, Carmen for Golf Hawk.
I predict on that game, guys, that both teams will have over 30 points.
CBS has the game 33-30.
You can write that down. It's going to be over 30 each, and the team that wins will have over 40.
You said over 30 each for Dallas and Buffalo?
30 points each.
Yeah,
Easy.
Keep that one.
This is a huge game for the Bills as a push for the playoff spot, while the Cowboys are pushing for a seeding spot. Both offenses have had successes lately, but Cowboys Where the hell is it? I
But
lost
Tony,
it.
have you noticed though, in the fourth quarter, most defenses they're spent. They have nothing left. They're done.
Not being
And we're
funny, Mike, but not being funny. I 100% agree with you. The only
like
team
most defenses can keep it in the first quarter. That's it.
if you switch your players out, it'll keep running. I think that's what the Eagles did in the Super Bowl when they were beating the hell out of that squad. I forgot who the hell it was that beat that Super Bowl. Was it the Patriots?
CBS has it as a shootout also. Josh Allen does beat. They say Josh Allen beats Dak Prescott on the CBS.
Josh
side.
Allen alone could get 3 touchdowns himself
Yes, he can.
Yeah,
with his legs.
no doubt. No,
he right now he doesn't care about his body. He wants to get in. He's got so much to prove. And if he has half a brain in his head, he needs to leave that team and get somewhere where he's appreciated.
Sit the Denver Broncos defense against the Lions. I understand that. I wouldn't have done
What do you think, Brian? You think I'm out of my mind?
I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that. I would not have done that. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your defense recommendations for the Week 15. Week 15 of the 2023 season, of course, at NFL.com. Damn it, Mike. Now you can go. Look what we got here. Still on the kicker. What's your next slide?
No, I want. Can we just talk about a couple things first? Can we get somebody to look up the schedules that are left with the teams? I'm very interested in knowing what teams are still left after this week, especially Dallas, Philly, because it's going to make a world of difference. It really is. And I also predict that the Jets will win 2 more games before the end of the year.
They're left as far as what, Mike? What teams are left as far as what?
Do you think have a chance to still be in? I still think the Bills still have. I know it doesn't seem that way, but I'm just talking about pure momentum.
Okay.
I saw something in Josh the last game that looks like somebody who could win. I've seen things in Lamar recently that look like a person who could win. I have not seen that recently. Don't say it's not in there. It might be dormant with Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he has enough weapons around him. The only people that are going to beat the 49ers right now are the 49ers themselves by getting injured and overplaying people. They should start saving people. Period. They're already in. If they're smart, don't use your key players right now. I wouldn't.
Well, I said that a few minutes ago. That's what a couple teams I think they're doing. I think the Eagles are doing it. I think the Dolphins are doing it. I think they better do it with Tyreek Hill. Not even being funny. They better do it with Tyreek Hill.
Well, doesn't Dallas still have to fight to get in?
No.
Every team has to fight still to get in.
NFL playoff.
When you think it's a one and done. Like it's either you keep going and you play
Except
well
for the 49ers. They've clinched it.
I think they got to win today though to clinch it.
Okay, because I've seen where it's clinched already.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's why I've seen it.
I think
49ers.
The Dallas 49ers pretty much the number 1 seed right now.
Yeah. No, they've clinched. They're in. They won't be first seed if they lose, but they'll get in. They'll be in a playoff game.
I'm not seeing any right now. I'm not seeing any asterisks at this time on the NFL standings as far as that goes.
NFC.
So I did hear something yesterday. San Francisco has to win today to cinch it. As far as a playoff, not a seed though, but they'll be the first ones to get in.
Okay, so
Dallas and the 49ers are both 10-3. Dallas, the 49ers, and the Eagles are all 10-3.
Yeah.
All of them are 10-3.
But the 49ers have beaten those teams.
And the Lions are 10-4. Damn.
Yeah, that is wild.
Damn.
What do you think? What do you think about that, Brian?
Damn.
It's nuts.
AFC wise,
I think we're in for some freaking amazing football.
The Ravens
but it's going to be ugly.
Yeah, the Ravens are they the best right now. The Dolphins are right behind them. The Browns are right there.
So who's winning for you guys tonight with the Buffalo Bills and Cowboys? Let's put your hand. I'm Buffalo. What do you guys
Dallas.
say?
I'm taking Dallas.
Okay.
I picked Buffalo.
See, Richard, that's why you're so rich. That's
Why is that?
Because you're agreeing with me.
Rich said, "Why's that?"
I've agreed with you more than once, Michael. You just don't see it sometimes because you're two stories ahead of yourself and stuff like that. So, but
I think Dallas is
okay.
going to beat Buffalo.
No, I think we're on the same page.
I'm going to attribute that to the defense.
Will it be a close game or a blowout?
Close.
Yeah, I think so too. Within 7 points or 3?
2 touchdowns max, 14 points.
10.
Will it go into overtime?
No.
Possibility.
I think it might.
Possibility.
I think it might. Yeah. And I think we're going to see a lot of points scored in the fourth quarter because people are bagged. That's my.
They got rain. They got rain and cold. It's going to get ugly by the third.
And you know who loves rain and cold? Buffalo.
Yeah, they used to.
Yeah.
They used to.
So it's smart to run the ball. Who's got the better running team?
Dallas, because he had Tony Pollard.
Who's the other running back they got? I saw him the other week. I forgot his name. Yes. All right, hold on.
Do we have to go, Tony?
No, I'll be right back. Go ahead. I'll be right back.
Okay. We can talk amongst ourselves. We'll find something to talk about. I guarantee it. So, would you go on nonsensical nonsense, Brian, with me?
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, would you go? I know Fireman Rich is smarter than both of us. And
no, I've already been on there. They're very gracious and very.
Oh, good. Okay,
yeah,
so
I've been on there. I was half expecting Chris's best friend there, Jeff, to rake me over the coals, but he's all it's all in good fun and stuff like that. But it was a very good. I wasn't. It was fun. It was fun. There was.
He was saying the best day for us to come on is Monday.
Mondays,
because they talk football.
Yeah,
and I would love Brian to go in there and bedazzle him.
I've been on the show many a times.
Recently?
I was on there. What?
2 months ago.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
He was up there Wednesday too.
Yeah.
I only said nice things about you guys. So
yeah, the only thing with his broadcast, it's so freaking long.
Yeah, you can leave though, right?
Yeah, I know.
It's like a bar. You can leave.
But you remember when we're on the previous platform, you just didn't want to leave because it was almost. I almost felt bad.
I was up there for a year.
You were
8 hours a week, 9, 10, 11 hours.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
Yeah,
we had fun. Don't get me wrong. I had a good time over there. We had great conversations. He's got some classic episodes. Honestly, as much hell as he catches. And I actually told him, I don't even know what else we're going to talk about. We could talk sports all day, which we do. And I saw when I got asked last night, was he still a part of
They were talking about life. I got them talking about life last night.
You can do that.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about whatever. He talks about whatever, and that's what's fun. That's what
and the guys in the room, and we were talking about broadcasting and how much burnout's in that and dealing with people who don't like you. And that it's okay that people don't like you.
I deal with it all the time.
Why can't we all get along?
And how people got too many opinions and nobody listens to it. There's always got something to say and they don't care what you think about it. That's the damn problem.
He says I stir. I think he's got his own spoon.
He does too.
Yeah. The master stirrer, and nobody knows until the broadcast is over, is Ted Hicks.
Oh, really?
He is the king of button pushing. He's got a master's degree. He is so good at it. He's like 9 moves ahead of you, and you don't know it. And then you go, "Oh my God, I'm an idiot."
Oh my God, you are a mess.
Yeah.
You are a mess. All right, what we got here? Go for it, Rich.
Okay, we got week 14 last week. Tony jumped ahead, and I was able to hang last week 10-5. Michael, you came up
9-6.
I was surprised. I was the first 3 or 4 games. I was losing my tail. I just picked it up in the end.
Yeah.
Tim Fan came up. Sorry, Brian. You and Ted came up bringing it up last year.
Wow.
For the overall, we have Tony, who is definitely up on top.
Full time with CBS. I gotta beat CBS.
CBS is coming up. Tony's on the top. I'm dropping down. Ted is moving up. Brian's moving up. Tim Fan's at 500. And Michael, that's your overall, but we're still missing.
So we'll have to look at my old shows, week 2.
If you have one of the old shows,
yeah,
and stuff
I'll do
like
that. I'll figure it out for you,
yeah,
and I'll be honest.
Can I jump in on this, please, Rich?
You can.
He's got broadcasts from back then. They're on YouTube.
I just got to look at them and stuff like that. It's just I when I first started getting Michael, he wasn't part of this, but I added him in there because he's a good broadcasting friend here and stuff. And it drew him up into this broadcast. It's sort of like a carrot in front of there to come on, Michael, get up here. No, I'm stirring the pot.
That's okay.
No, but I think if we got those 3 weeks, Michael, I'm sure you'd probably
I'll find it for you, and I'll be honest.
Like that.
I
no problem.
I won't be like Brian.
Can you play the highlight reel?
Yeah. Well, that's up to
play the highlight reel. I want to plead my case.
We heard all broadcast. The things I do for y'all.
I would love for us to play the first episode and then listen to Tony's predictions, my predictions, Fireman Rich's, and see how far off we were. Because I know that I thought the Jets were going to do well.
No, I knew better. Not being funny, I knew
I've
better.
been on point with the Jacksonville.
Yes, you have. All right, let's see what we got here.
Third down and 6. Keenum in trouble. Steps into it and finds his man. Third down and 3. Extra men on the rush. Keenum floats. Right. Jarius right out of bounds. Hurry it up. Late substitution for the Lions on defense on first down. Pass caught by Thielen. And Adam Thielen.
Cunningham is in. Keenum. On time.
Saints career. What a career it's been. What a 12-year run. Keenum, well protected, finds his man. Thielen, 2 for... Play action from Keenum. Pass to the sideline. Diggs makes the catch. Third down and 7. Keenum slips up, throws, finds Diggs. First down and more. Out near
Jaron Reed forced the fumble. And here's going to be a first down pass. Devontae Booker is now in it running.
I actually want to thank you for this. I forgot he was in Minnesota. I forgot he was in Denver.
I didn't even know he existed. I didn't even know he existed. So that's why I asked you yesterday.
I'm not surprised. I forgot he was in Minnesota. He was also in Washington, was he not?
Yes, and he was in Buffalo.
How many years has he been in the league, guys? Like 10?
It's been at least a decade. I want to say a decade. Was he
like a lot of the players that we're seeing on the field there are no longer playing?
How about those uniforms they had?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and, and the shoulder pads.
Yeah, if you play like the second one, that's all when he was with the Texans.
I said one damn clip. This son of a bitch slides another fucking clip in. Jesus Christ.
I'm pleading my case.
No, I'm not watching a 7-minute video.
So do you think he'll be okay today? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. He's going to be healthy. And Brian's been making a case for Case Keenum all season. I understand where he's coming from. I just didn't.
So are you saying he's going to be effective like Flacco?
I'm not saying that. Brian is.
Brian? Is he going to be as effective as Flacco?
Yes.
Okay. As sure as your name is Joe? Okay.
There's a guy in Cantina. He tries jokes like you do. There's 2 of them. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with you 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you all on stage and let y'all look at each other while y'all try to make each other laugh.
This is going to make you a sequel for your favorite pillow. Oh.
Yeah. I got you, Brian. I think he'll be a winning quarterback. I don't know about playoff and I don't know about Super Bowl. I will say that. Will he get the more
experience? He's been under a lot of good coaches, so.
I mean, after a decade, I give you that. Ryan Fitzpatrick was too. And he was the last great quarterback that just had. They had 10 games. They had a 10-win season, I believe. I keep forgetting about him because I always go with Sanchez and I always go with Pennington. But Ryan Fitzpatrick did damn good. with the Jets. Damn good. If you had a plan, he could switch from the plan and make it more effective. I have to give him that credit. He just didn't get nowhere afterwards. He did it good with Tampa Bay. He did good with the Jets. He did good with the Dolphins. He even did good with Buffalo. I forgot the other teams he was at. But then he would get benched. And I hated it for him. Personally, I think if he'd have shaved instead of walking around looking like Glick, he might have had a Super Bowl.
Oh, that's good.
Good for Glick. Gentlemen, any closing thoughts?
It's gonna be a fun day today.
Just grateful that you did a show today. I'm sorry I had to pop in and pop out.
No, you're fine. I mean,
You're fine. You're good.
I was having problems with Tia. I think Tia got into chicken. She's a little bit allergic to it, and then you have the crying at the mirror. She cries in the mirror when she wants to go outside.
Oh.
So every once in a while, my wife would come back and go, "Hey," she's looking in the mirror, and I think everybody in this room should look in the mirror. You know, especially.
I do every morning, Michael. I do every morning.
And just say, "My God, are you a perfect human being?"
No, I don't know about that.
There.
You want the dog? That's what I want to know. When the dog
Like, my God, my beard is on point and it looks better than somebody else that looks like a damn Sasquatch.
I think
my
that's
bad. Wookie.
Go ahead, Mike.
I took that dig. But my beard, look. See, it turns red in the sun.
Brian, it's going to be you, Bathurst, Radio over there in Cantina, and Rusty. Keep it up. Keep it up. Rich, any closing thoughts?
We're in week 15 of 18. I said this last night about the Chiefs, but it's probably all could pertain to all the teams. Who's going to step up? Who's going to be there? You can't be down in the dumps even when you're down a couple. You got to be into the game. So it's who steps up. We're closing. We're getting into the last quarter of the season here, and again, interesting. Every weekend, it's interesting, even more so than the previous week, and I think we've seen that over the last several weeks. So I very thankful, grateful to be able to share this season with you guys too, because this is a very enjoyable ride. I've said this before with Tony. I enjoy the hell out of being here with you on Sundays talking football.
I appreciate you, man. So, I check you out all the time. I'm just being supportive. It's reciprocation. I'm grateful for that. Go ahead, Mike.
Right now is a time of reflection, and I would love for the individuals in this room, before we wrap this up, who of these quarterbacks that started the season that are all rookies are your top 3 on this list? And if you could just give me a slight explanation besides of their geographical, you know what I'm saying.
Anthony Richardson is supposed to do good. CJ Stroud is the man right now this season as far as the rookies. Tommy DeVito's been doing good. Bryce Young, I hate it for him. Will Levis supposed to be doing good, but he's not doing as well as expected. Tyson Badgett had 1 good game, I believe, maybe 2. And the others I'm unfamiliar with. Jaron Hall, I don't even think he's played yet for real. So I'm going to go Stroud. Right now, Stroud, DeVito. And I'm going to take Richardson before the injury.
Yeah. Broke my heart.
Broke everybody. Broke a lot of people's heart. That broke people's heart the same way Aaron Rodgers' injury broke people's heart.
Yeah.
Bryce Young, his season is breaking people's hearts.
Yeah, would agree.
It would be a whole lot better than where he's at. That's my take.
Okay. Brian?
I would have to go with Will Levis at number 3, because he was pretty much like everybody overlooked him. Because I had to go back and look at the Columbine, see how he did the Combine, and see how he did. And
I just be damn. Go ahead.
I know I botched. But everybody was saying Will Levis is a very good quarterback. Give him time and he'll be one of the top guys. Yes. Anthony Richardson, I liked him. He's number 2. Simply because the way his style of play reminds me a little bit of Michael Vick and a little bit of Steve Young. And then overall, CJ Stroud. I mean, I didn't even hear of him. I only heard about the hype around Bryce Young because they're like, throughout last season, they're like, oh, the Texans got to get Bryce Young. But then apparently we made a better choice and investment with CJ Stroud than Bryce Young. So there's my 3.
Okay. Fireman Rich, your 3.
Number 1, and you could say it's being part of New York, but just a story behind this kid. Tommy DeVito.
Yes.
It's just a big game today. He just, as far as New York Giant fans are concerned, they had their season and then some on the last one that he did. So it's encouraging for next season, I guess. So that in itself, just a story with his family being there, and he's from Jersey, state champion from Jersey, a walk on, and as far as that goes. Next one, C.J. Strauss. What can you say about the kid? The kid, a great rookie, a great quarterback. He has potential. Bryce Young. I agree with Tony. If he was on a better team, he'd be right up there as far as. He's a good. Yeah. You look at Lawrence. Who's it? Jaguars here.
Trevor
Lawrence. You look at when he first came in. He was garbage on that team for the first couple seasons. So that's how I feel about Bryce Young. That he's in that category right now. So if the team gets better, he is going to be. He's going to just be a great player. I could see, and you always use this term, Michael, if he was on another team, he'd probably be a whole lot better as far as his performance and stuff like that. So
yeah, well, he has no offensive line. It's
yeah, and the quarterback is no good if they don't have an offensive line. That's for sure.
Now, if you threw him in with the 49ers, he would have been great.
Should have been. Jimmy Garoppolo was with the 49ers, and he wasn't great. The team carried him.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset that you guys didn't mention a couple of other people. I think next year, Aiden O'Connell will be a great person.
I'm not familiar. I'm not too familiar with him. Michael.
He is showing signs of starting to really get his footing. He is the guy that was in when they did the 63 murder of the Chargers. And I really like Dorian Thomas-Robinson. I think he's another great fantasy pick next year if he can stay healthy. So, and Will Levis, even though he was considered by many to be a washout, I think he has great signs. And I think we have to have great merit for Bryce Young, considering they said he was going to last 1 week, no more than 2, and he would be a bag of bones. He is somehow made it through this year.
Yeah. And he's going to be a stronger quarterback because of it.
He has still played well, and he seems to know how to get out of harm's way better than the average quarterback.
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you.
I'm impressed.
What are you impressed about, Tony?
Because you're done.
Okay.
Rich, Morning Coffee on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Rich, I appreciate you being here as always. Brian, you catch him on Snapchat, Brian T.S. Catterskull, when he's up there. If you like food, politics, arguing, giving your opinion, all that craziness, because this dude is good. Michael Bathurst, the man that started all this craziness, I said it. He started all this craziness with me. Had me on his. I insisted he be on mine because when the guy here had I not met everybody through him in the first place. Gentlemen, I thank all 3 of you.
Black Carmen.
This is got
Carmen.
How did I know this is Ted?
Carmen. It wouldn't be a show if we didn't get Ted at the end.
Try to get in right before you about to leave.
Ted, do you want to do this list? Can you do this list here, Ted, before we?
This is what he does.
Really, Carmen?
Yeah, she means that. She means that.
Really, Carmen?
She means that.
Sure. Of rookie quarterbacks, huh? Now, it's not like I didn't hear anything that you guys didn't say because I was listening.
Thank you.
Who do you think was the most accurate with you? Like, who do you feel of the opinions that you heard today? Or do you think we're all just lost in the field?
Hang on one second. I've got you guys up in another tab.
Okay, he's also in another show right now as we speak, and
No, that's normally me. That's normally me. It's not him.
we should explain that. When you used to be on Haps, you used to drive me nuts. You'd be on two shows talking to other people on
Because
another show.
it was so
What?
easy for me. I have peripheral vision and I can multitask. It's so easy.
Because he was the multi-random broadcaster.
A random multi broadcast. You damn right.
Okay, Ted, hit it. Can't hear Ted now. That's so
He's still
funny.
trying to get himself.
I got to name 3.
You can name 4 if you want, but name 3. Just whatever this brings up, because this is,
Well, the games doesn't start. I mean, our NFL kickoffs don't start for another half an hour. So, I mean, I've got all the time in the world. So we can go.
This is how they do me, y'all. This is how they do me. I've been up here an hour 50 minutes. You want to talk about he got 30 more.
We'll start off with, let's see. I mean, Rich kind of covered Tommy DeVito, but that's us being local homers and everything else like that. Living tri-state, loving what we're seeing.
So about the schools.
So there's that aspect of it. It. Last night we talked about, will it be a movie at some point on the NFL Network or Lifetime Network? Potentially. Aiden O'Connell. That's I don't think Jimmy G takes another step with the Las Vegas Raiders. I think Aiden O'Connell is the future, and they're going to roll with them. Hey, can I see the other names?
He took it down.
How come?
I don't know. That's what he does.
Okay. Then we'll go into Anthony Richardson. We had a lot of high hopes for, but we saw the kind of reckless play, and everyone near and far knew that he wasn't going to be able to finish the season playing like that, putting his body in harm's way. Will Levis, I mean, we saw the whole drama during draft day, days 1 and 2 of the NFL draft. I guess, the we're going to have to wait and see with him. But the Titans have moved forward, and they're just like, Tannehill, hit the bench. Levis, you're in. It's your show. Who else? There was a couple. Oh, the whole Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. I mean, I've talked up Brian at work with my colleagues because I said my buddy who's in Texas has a stud as a quarterback, and hopefully he's around for the next 10 to 15 years. Bryce Young is in a tough situation because he's going to be similar to what you guys mentioned with Jacksonville Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence. When you don't have great foundation and you have multiple coaches and you have, multiple offensive coordinators and quarterback coaches, you don't have that consistency. So we're going to have to see. And Bryce Young is also small. He's also small. So we got to remember that too. But Kyler Murray has done a great, a lot of people like to say Kyler Murray has done a great job. Russell Wilson has done a great job. And these quarterbacks, I don't even think are 6 feet tall. Agreed. So that's my take.
So Ted, now that you're running the show, how much time do we have left? Because I was thinking maybe we could talk about week 1 on the wide receivers here, and how things have changed so much.
Week 1.
Week 1. We talked about week 1. These are some of the predictions people made in week 1.
Isn't it like week 15 or week 16?
No, I know. We're doing reflection week this week.
Okay.
We're like, some of us were talking about the Browns and saying they were going to go all the way. They had the best quarterback. Some people were talking about the Jets, that Aaron Rodgers was going to be the next Messiah. That didn't happen. I was talking about Anthony Richardson was going to, shock the world with his grace and poise and 6 minutes. Can we do fantasy playoffs week 1 ratings? How far off was this And do you agree with any of these picks? And would you pick these people for next week?
Yeah. Picks 1, picks 5, picks 7.
Yeah.
Pick 9. We're unsure on pick 3 because he's out today. He didn't practice. He didn't do this. We don't know what it's going to mean. He won't get to 2,000 yards because he's at 440, 458.
Right.
Had 4 games left. So I think unless something miraculously happens, no 2,000 yards.
Oh, it's so sad. He was so close.
Yeah.
Right? So close.
Especially with the extra game.
But it goes to show you how brittle everybody is now. And the wear and tear in the league is brutal.
And the physicality.
Yeah, but Lamar Jackson is the first time I think he's played in December that I've known him.
Yes. And you guys are talking about the Cleveland Browns. I really don't think Aaron freaking Rodgers should return next week against the Browns because that defense.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree with
Yeah. That's going to be really dangerous.
He shouldn't come back unless they make it to the playoffs, and they're not going to.
Rich, I stand corrected from last night. You mentioned to me, I told you that the Jets had an 11% chance of making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Rich, you totally had me check my facts. They have less than 1%.
I told you they weren't going to make it.
You mentioned that, and I looked and I said, okay, Fireman Rich says this, let me go. I went to the Google box, and 1%.
I'll go with that. No, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Rich, you're on mute.
Yeah, he is.
So, Tony, I have the ultimate list for this week, for the 15th, of current players here. You just got to click the link.
I know that. Just give me a second.
It's a button.
But as far as the Jets, I didn't have any high hopes for them. And right now I'm just walking a tightrope with the Bills. The Bills have to win today. If they don't win today, they don't get it. They don't make it to the playoffs.
I agree.
What's their record?
It's not their record; it's who they have to have played. If they win today, they have Miami and 2 other teams. I think they can beat Miami again, especially now that Hill is out for the rest of the season. But this game right now, if they win this tonight, it's sort of like what Ted said about the Jets. If the Bills win tonight, they're going to wreck the table going into the playoffs and stuff, and they'll probably end up winning the division as far as that goes. But if they don't win tonight, I think too many teams in that mix underneath the top leaders.
How about Tampa Bay? Does anybody think Tampa Bay even has
They'll win their division? They got a chance to win the division.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think they could have a playoff spot?
If they win their division, they're not going to get in as a wild card. They got to win their division. They got to stay in front of Atlanta.
What do you think, Brian? Tampa Bay, do they have a chance?
They got a chance. They got a chance.
What do you think, Brian? No? Zero chance?
The division is weak, Brian.
Yeah, they do. Because, the division is weak. I mean, because Carolina is pretty much done. Then you have the Saints. Saints are And then, who else is in the division? Oh, Atlanta. Atlanta, I don't know. I mean, they have a chance. I mean, it's not gonna be, they have a chance. They do.
Yeah, but I think the Falcons have a chance and the Saints still in that division, but they're not going to go anywhere after the first round.
Oh yeah, I'd just say it's that like they make the wild card, great, and then just see where they go from there. But anything can happen. It can because right now, like the way it's going right now, all hands on deck. And
but do you think a wild card could come from that division? Other than no, it's win the division or out. There's no wild card coming out of that division.
So it's win the division. That's it.
That's it.
Win the division and see where you go.
I don't think you guys can read the list that I just put up, so I'm just gonna put some of the names out here for you. They have right now in fantasy number 1, C.D. Lamb, number 2, A.J. Brown, number 3, Debo Samuel, number 4, Cooper Kupp, number 4, Ahmad Ra St. Brown, Stephen Diggs, and my favorite player this year, Mike Evans, Steady Eddie, kind of the Tony D of the league, always where he should be, fighting in the corners, Windexing counters. He's the man.
10, 9, 8, 7, 5. I'm playing. I'm gonna cut this short. Rich, I'm actually glad you put the logo up. I thought I did have it up there, so thank you for showing me and reminding me that.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Can you pull up?
Nope.
Can you pull up?
I want to take him out. Rich, y'all for being here. Thank you for being here.
His career stats. Just hold on, Brian. I mean, Tony.
I got to go. I got to go. Y'all play too much. I'm trying to be serious, and y'all want to try me. I'm gonna do this up in here.
I got Mike Evans right here if you want to put him up. Yeah, we got him right there. You can just put him in the background as we say goodbye.
You all take care. Carmen, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Debbie, thank you for being here. And cut that shit out. I ain't gonna tell you no damn.
Mike Evans, give us a call. We'll do a broadcast together.
Family, thank you for being here. The Regroup.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being up in here. Week 15, season 2 of the Football League. Thank you all for being here. We will catch you out.